Hi, welcome to The Conscious Spirit. I'm Pam.
I'm Mary Lynn. Together we are TCS, Everyday Psychics. We have another reaction video to give you the ghost point of view. And we're having technical difficulties today.
Lots of technical
struggling.
Yes. And it's because we think this is overnight haunted prison visiting the gas chamber.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any problem when our friend John cut up the thing. He only took off, he said he just took off a little bit of the beginning. It didn't need to be there. Everything was working fine. We call in, we get everything all set up, and then we go call in the energy of, wherever we're...
Of the prison.
Yes.
Yep.
And everything went haywire at that point. So we actually got it to work on my phone, so that's where we're going to be watching it today. We'll see how that works. The earphones they won't work. I mean, it's like things just went a little haywire. And we can see why.
Yeah.
We have not actually talked about what we found together yet. We decided we'd wait. And ew.
It was gross.
Yes, and overwhelming. I don't think I could be in there.
Yeah.
I don't think I could go. It would be really rough.
I wouldn't.
No.
I couldn't even stay in the energy here.
Right.
I think you stayed in it longer than I did.
Not much, but yeah.
It was
yes
bizarre.
I usually joke that those are my people. Those
low vibrational.
The lower vibration. This was every once in a while. It's so bad I can't even be in it. And it like had a mind of its own. There's so much going on there, so much depravity and anger and sadness and everything that it just has created. I don't even know what to call it. The closest thing I can come to is a poltergeist.
But it's not.
It's not. No, because it's not created by a person. Yes, it's created by
the energy.
The energy, yeah. It's really, we'll have to really give this time to think about this, talk to our guidance about it, and see what we come up with. But
I was at first thinking, I was just feeling residual energy. Now there is a lot of residual energy.
Sorry, keep going.
But it just started feeling more intense than that. And then when I saw it started moving, I was like, wow!
Yeah. And there's things there that there's a little bit of absolutely. I did not find demon, however. I know that in these videos everyone wants to claim everything, and we will tell you if we see one, or if we feel, or if we know one's there. But there are things that have never been alive there.
Yeah, agreed.
Have never been in a human form. There are animals there.
Oh, I felt the animals.
Yes. Oh my God. There are people who were in prison there. There are murderers and rapists and just all forms of life's depravity.
Yeah.
All there. And it's created its own thing. There are offshoots. There are conscious spirits and non-conscious spirits. I mean, it really has everything there.
Yeah.
Did you see? There was this, and you may not, I don't know, but this really tall, thin man came up next to me, really close,
and he went,
yes! Ah! Did you see it too?
I
did! And I don't react. I've learned over the years you do not react because that's what they want. But yes. But I think he does that to a lot of people there. I think he just kind of like comes up to him, and it's just and come up. And I don't know what it is about my hair, but they like to smell my hair. It's just so unnerving. But you just stand there and kind of let it happen and just kind of wait. But I think he does that to a lot of people. I think people get jumped there. I think they get attachments there. I think stuff follows them home.
Agreed.
People get sick.
Yeah. I got this real sense that whatever that energy is, it likes to get in people's hair. Like wrap up in their hair and
me a little bit of where's the one where the dark, massy
The Conjuring
Yes,
House.
yes. But different. But in the same way where it's its own entity, but it's like more upright.
Upright, yes.
What is that?
I don't know.
It's more upright. Yeah.
I don't know.
So this is the stuff that we usually do before we get on camera.
Yes.
But I know we get comments and stuff. People want to see how we do, how we work stuff out and whatever. And so this is what we do.
Yeah.
And then we compose ourselves and then come on as if
Yeah.
But it's pretty. I'm even itching now because it's really creepy.
I am too.
Yeah. So anything else you want to? And it's choking me. It's so thick. You too?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really
It is.
thick.
I am glad that we didn't allow anything to come into our space.
Yes, that was another thing too.
Yeah.
We set a very Marilyn set a very strong perimeter. I asked my guardians to be around that perimeter, and because as soon as we started feeling that energy, we went, yeah, that's not coming in. So they kept it all out, and so we were able to just witness it. Well, that guy. So it was after that guy. I think we felt it because I did feel that guy. So I guess I did. It must have been after that I asked you, can you set a perimeter, please? I think it was after
and
that.
I never
too.
felt him. I just had a vision of him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm sorry you felt him.
Ugh. Yeah. Well, I usually get the best guys, you know. I get those entities that are just creepy. So, all right.
All right.
So,
should we do this?
I know. Okay, a little more technical difficulties there again. We're gonna try this again. So, we're gonna see if we can get the earphones to work now because they weren't working. And sorry, you saw a little blip in things went bad again. So, we'll try not to let anything happen again. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Do not mess with any doors. We have 1,000 keys used to run MSP, and we have 4. Any door, any cell door, we do not have a key for, and you get yourself locked in, it's a big deal because it's state owned. We have to call OSHA. We have to call a locksmith to get you out. That's on your dime. Last time that happened, it took 7 hours to get them out and cost them $800.
Wow.
So please.
Only 800?
Stop. So please do not mess with the doors. There is door exceptions. I probably won't even, I'll point out one, but other than that, do not mess with them, okay? MSP opened its doors in 1836. To give you a timeline of 1836, that's also the same week that the Alamo fell in Texas, okay? We were a full operating prison for 168 years. The first building that ever stood here was a building of 40 one-man cells. During 1836, that's when the gold rush hit. At that time, some very wealthy businessmen came in and said, hey, we'd like to make you a proposition. We would like to rent your prison, and we'd like to go to the lower yard, and we'd like to build some factories. With those factories, we are going to make products. We are going to sell those products, and we will use inmate labor to do that. They did 63 factories down in the lower yard, okay? What happened to those guys? They became very, very, very wealthy. Wow. Okay? Even at that time, say this gentleman right here was a farmer, he could come in and he could rent men to go work for him. He could put them on a boat, take them down the Missouri River, take them to St. Louis, and use those men to get their crop in. Okay? Now, records were poor back in those days. So say he gets 500 men and he comes back and he goes, you know, I got a problem. I got a real problem. I've got 496. What do I do? You know what they'd have said? We got plenty. Get you some more. Wow. Literally. I will tell you the 3 entities that we see. The first one is a poltergeist. Okay? The second one is a residual haunting, and I'm going to give you an example of a residual type haunting. The example that I'm going to give you happened with a lady that used to work in our Visitors Bureau. Her name was Mary Ann. Mary Ann's job every weekend was to come in, pick up the waivers like you signed, okay, collect the money. That was her job every weekend. She came in, she looked right down that hall, and she sees a man at the end of the hall, right down this hall. Sees a man down there, okay? She goes to the guy. This particular guy is one of our history guys, and he used to be a former warden here. She goes to Mike, and she said, Mike, you left one of your guests here. This was after a history tour on a Saturday morning. He said, no, I didn't, Mary Ann. She said, yeah, you did. So they went upstairs, they searched the building, came back down. He goes, man, what does this guy look like? He said, well, he had brown hair, parted on the side, had a lab coat looking thing, had a clipboard under his arm, and Mike, which used to be a former warden, said, you know, who I think you're talking about is Jack. Jack actually was an inmate that was here, but he worked for the radiology department at the hospital. Jack's job every single day was to go get an inmate, take him to the hospital to get his x-rays, and take him back, okay? A couple of weeks later, Mary Ann came in again. Instinctively, she looked down that hall. We always do.
Yeah. Well,
and she sees Jack going through the walls this way.
Oh.
She said that Jack just kept moving. We call that a residual type haunting. It's like a DVD that's playing the same thing over and over and over again. The interesting thing about Jack is that Jack did not die here. Jack done his time and was released. So that tells us that you don't have to die in a place to leave your energy either positive or negative. The third one I'm going to tell you about is an intelligent type haunting. Sometimes it can be something as simple as, hey, anybody there? And you hear a,
oh, I see.
okay,
Okay.
okay, it's a rusty old prison, we get that. Can you make another noise? And it does it again.
Wow.
We call that an intelligent type haunting, and it's like it's trying to interact with us. Let's go up.
Skim light on the poltergeist, though.
Oh, yeah,
Went into
exactly.
vivid detail on all the others. Poltergeist went in the next one.
Poltergeist here is just nothing more than things that are moving, literally. We do get things that are moved, but more residual and more intelligent type haunting.
Wow.
What does a sexy demon work on?
Pardon me?
What? What did you say?
I said, what does a sexy demon work on?
What?
A stripper poltergeist.
Oh, no. Yes, I made her laugh. Here we go. Here we go.
By the way, everyone, if you don't know, Corey and I are doing a fun little contest every single month now where we pick one winner and we fly out to your hometown and bring you to do like an overnight investigation or something fun, whatever it is that you want to do. Like JJ, he won our first contest. It's been a blast doing this with the 3 different winners. So now it's monthly. There are 2 ways to enter. One is super simple. On the video, just leave a like and a comment. And every video you do that on equals 1 entry. The other way is to head over to SenditSociety.com, which is our clothing line that we run. Boom, right there. And for every $1 you spend equals 1 entry. Every month there's a new winner. Every month it restarts. So if you want to support us, if you want to win a trip, do something fun like this, there you go.
Yeah.
Cool. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Welcome to Housing Unit 1. Housing Unit 1 housed our ladies from 1905 to 1926. After that, they were moved out of this building to a Civil War mansion across the road called Minor Mansion. Now, one of our famous inmates was Miss Kate Richards O'Hare. Now, Miss Kate Richards O'Hare, she did something pretty deplorable to be put here. She told a speech on the courthouse steps. That doesn't sound too bad, does it? She was a socialist. She was very respected, very educated. The first thing that's going to happen if you was a lady when you came into MSP is they're going to get you all settled in. They're going to put you in your bunk and stuff, and then they're going to go, you know what? It's time for your bath.
Oh.
Okay? Now, we're not talking about grandma's claw-footed bathtub. We're talking at that time it was more like a bath trough. Okay? So they take Kate to this trough, this bath, whatever, and she looks down in it and she's just like, I can't do it. She didn't want to get in that bathtub because another inmate named Alice Cox had just got out of the bathtub. The water was still in the bathtub, and Alice Cox was in the last stages of syphilis, and the whole top of the water had scabs just floating around. Well, that appalled Kate, because if you know anything about the syphilis disease, if Kate would have had a wound or something, she could have contracted that disease.
Just like Corey knows a lot about it.
Well,
Back in the day.
if you take your cameras and stuff, be careful. Cell number 5 does not like his picture made, or her. I'm not saying it's a he. A gentleman came in with a night vision infrared camera, very, very expensive, and it tried to bat it out of his hand. He did not appreciate that. In 1919, one of the inmates named Minnie Eddy spent 21 days in that blind cell. Okay? She got 1 cup of water a day to drink, 1 piece of bread. After 21 days, of course, she was just weak as a kitten. They took her out of there. They said, you know what, Minnie, go to the cafeteria, eat all that you want. She died the next morning from a perforated colon. Guys, she was put in that cell because she could not keep up with her sewing work in the factories. Yes, this is the blind cell, guys. This is where Minnie spent her 21 days.
Wow.
That's terrible. 21 days in here.
You know what? If we were in New York, this would probably be like $1,300 for an apartment.
Have you had any stories in here of like any activity or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot.
I don't feel her there, so that's good.
I agree.
Yeah. So, just want to say that.
Yeah.
That I don't feel her there. When we were looking into things, I didn't get male, female, anything other than the man that was standing over me. That male energy, but it was definitely like it was a man who I think can morph or something. Anyway, so when she started talking about the females, I really didn't pick up male or female. So
Yeah, I only picked up one definite male, and I really didn't even get a lot on him. That other energy that was in there was so overwhelming.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on females, so I was almost surprised when she said that there was a female cell block.
Yes, me too. I like being surprised like that. Okay.
People go in there, you can turn off the light. Like I said, that's the door exception. So you can do your
Don't
time.
you?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you?
Oh, that. Wait, turn off the light. Turn off the light. Hilarious.
Ooh, that makes me blush.
Now let's be honest. You peed your pants just a little bit.
Oh, of course they did.
This is housing unit 3 right over here. Now, let me stress to you the magnitude. You might want to put your camera over there at that bright light. Let me look how big this building is, and every one of these stones, these limestones, was hand carved, hand done from the lower yard, in the quarries from the lower yard, and some around Jeff City. Okay, right over here, this is housing unit 4. This is the next building that we're going to. That's my favorite building. This is the one that lost its roof in the 2019 F3 tornado.
Wow.
Oh, there really is no roof. Look at this.
Wow.
Jeez.
This is sick though.
This is amazing.
Okay, now guys, and also if you listen real closely, real quietly, we have a lot of residuals, like when y'all were just talking, I heard a great big thump, just a boom. I mean, it is a very, very active building. This building had between 6 to 8 men per cell.
Are you serious?
2 bucket system. 1 bucket for water,
I have a
1 bucket
really
for
bad
waste.
headache.
Plumbing did not come in until the 40s.
8 people in here.
There's no way. There had to be a lot of cuddling.
Wait, where do they all sleep?
Double bunks, so that would have had 4,
Uh-huh.
and then probably 2 on the ground. With a bucket.
With the bucket.
And
With 1 bucket.
and a mop?
No bucket. That was Mr. John McBroom's cell. Okay, what happened is one of these inmates through here they couldn't get to who they really wanted to, so who did they get to next? They get their best buddy, that was John McBroom. John McBroom was asleep in his cell. They went down there, they had taken 2 gardening shears apart. They immediately started stabbing his eyes out, okay? He came out on that walk, bleeding to death, tried to make it to the walk, and he died. Brutal, brutal. The first full body apparition I ever saw was in between cell number 45 and 46. I was sitting, me and another guide was sitting here. It was on an overnight. When we do our overnights, we do these buildings in the dark. And he was hanging over that red rail right there. Gray pants, white shirt, shoulder length hair. And we looked up there and watched him for just about half a minute. Looked down, looked back up. He was gone.
Half a minute. He was
Yeah.
standing.
Oh yeah. It was coolest thing ever. Also, on one of our hunts, this is really cool. We saw a shadow figure like this, and it was black shadow figure. And me and another guide said, "Hey, we see you up there." Now all of our guests are just sitting here in chairs.
Yeah.
And we said, "We can see you up there. Can you wave at us?" You see this shadow going like this.
Intelligent.
Every one of us and our guests saw it. Crazy.
Wow.
When you were put down in the dungeon,
So, I can appreciate her. This is her job, and she's enjoying it, and she's, theatrical and all of that stuff. This is hard for me, as you all know. We like to go in a clear out space. We like to
Yes.
cross people over. We like to take the unhealed and allow them to get healed. And so this is it's a little rough on me, and I'm trying to be okay with it. When at first, and I think I said this, that there are just all types of people there. The man who was killed, was she talking about? He had his eyes.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he's not there, but I don't feel him, which I'm very grateful for. But I think she said there were two guys that did it. I think, but one of them, I would put my money on that he's still there.
I will agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I think that headache I felt
yeah.
had something to do with that.
Oh, the eyes get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Are you okay now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of separated from it, but then when she was talking about it again, it's
Yeah.
like my eyes just went, oh.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the man either, the man that was murdered,
Yeah.
but I can absolutely be on board with that one of
Yeah.
the murderers was there.
And I think they see a lot of shadow people.
I'm
Lots and lots of shadow
sure they
people.
do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, okay.
yeah.
Let's see. So
That's
far, this is working now. Our little setup
Yeah.
here.
it was up to the guard's discretion on how long you stayed down there, okay? I'm gonna tell you about a guy that spent some time down there. His name was J.B. Firebug Johnson. Now, what J.B. was always trying to do was one thing, and that was he was always trying to escape. How he tried to escape is he would set fires. Now, we're not talking about your little trash can fire. We're not talking about a pile of pallets over here. We're talking about factory fires. Factory fires. Okay, he tried to burn down the Sullivan Saddle Tree Factory. That was a factory back in the day that made saddles, the wood part of saddles.
Wow.
Huge money maker.
Yeah.
They would ship out about 60,000 of those a year. Okay, tried to burn that down. They said, "You know what, JB, we're done with you."
There's a guard standing with her.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if it's someone she's talking about or related, or he's just in that area, but he's standing back there, very proud, very tall, just going along, and he was an ass. He was not a nice dude at all.
Okay.
But he there's a feeling of like he's protective of this woman,
okay.
at least right now. because he was as nasty as the prisoners were. Like, he was a mean SOB. Yeah, and he's
Okay.
with her right now. He's like a couple feet back, but he's there. Yeah.
Okay.
And he's just sort of watching out. It's still his place. Like, he is still a
Sure.
guard as far as he's concerned. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was really trying to focus on this firebug.
Sorry, didn't mean to stop it.
No,
Okay,
no,
we're
that's-
gonna continue.
That's fine. I'm wondering if the firebug died in one of his own fires.
Ooh, we'll find, maybe we'll find
You're going to the dungeon. Now, y'all look like good all-American people. I want you to, in your mind, and don't be unrealistic. Don't go off the wall. How long should he stay down there?
Should stay down there for 21 days.
What? I'm gonna say 2 weeks.
I'm gonna
I was
say
gonna say the same thing, 2 weeks.
maybe 2 days.
They let him go, and they said, JB, you know what? You're free to go, but you're never to step foot in the state of Missouri again.
Oh.
Well, before JB left, he wrote a book about his time down in the dungeon. It's a very rare book. It's in the archive library. It's called Buried Alive in the Missouri State Penitentiary for 18 years.
What?
And I said 2.5 years, and y'all thought I was crazy.
If you'd done 18 years, you'd be completely blind. So we do know that they probably got him out, paraded him around, and took him back down.
Gotcha.
There's 6 cells down there, guys. 6 cells.
Wait. Hold on, I missed something here. You said he'd be blind?
Yeah, they done their time in the dark.
You're in the dark the entire time.
Yeah, your eyes just start losing function. It's like a muscle. Yeah, it's like a muscle. It'll
Your
atrophy.
retinas would always try to search for light.
Can you imagine if you were sitting down for 18 years?
if you spend enough time in the dark, you can't see anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would blind you.
What?
All right, guys, you can go in and look around if you want. 3 cells on this side, 3 cells on the other. That's a picture of OJB right there.
Wow. Fire.
February 26th until July 1st.
Jeez.
Wow. Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
The guards. There are more guards there. Certainly there are more, but they were just as. They really thought they were like doing the right thing though, in their own twisted mind of. They had control issues, like psychopaths. Even some of the guards were meaner than the prisoners or whatever the prisoners did.
They were brutal.
Brutal.
Yeah.
And the prisoners were brutal with each other too.
Oh yeah.
And
You can feel that.
and the the rapes and the beatings and the torture.
The torture.
And it's just awful. Yeah. So no wonder. And we're not even
to the bad part.
No.
part.
No. No, this energy is just really, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and we're not even, we've asked to observe and not completely be in it, but there is a little bit that comes through, like you got that headache and stuff, but we're not completely in it. Like sometimes
we do get
we do, but this time,
pulled in. And,
excuse me, in my throat,
Yeah, I have like drainage.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like blech.
oof. Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Being in the dark for that long, I feel like you would go insane.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you would be absolutely insane.
People did go insane. They killed themselves. How would you commit suicide in a place like this?
Banging
against the
wall. That's the only way.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you, Evan.
Oh yeah, if it was pitch black, I don't really know.
We have documentation of 16 men in one cell.
Whoa,
16.
Down here? How many left?
Huh?
How many left? What
I mean, how many left?
You put 16 in, 16 came out?
Don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And they did brutal things to each other. Absolute brutal.
Yeah.
Talk about cruel and unusual. Yeah, it's
Excuse me.
yeah. So
Yeah.
okay.
I had a mother and daughter in here on a hunt, and the daughter just did selfies, just click, 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 and a face started forming behind her, and then the mom finally saw it up in her selfie, and so I ended up taking that to a paranormal Haunt-A-Con. And I showed it to somebody and they said, hey, can I play around with that just a little bit? And I said, yeah, but don't you dare erase it.
Yeah.
Because you can clearly see the face, mustache, eyes, everything. And so she took the color out and she said, if I take the color out and it's still black and white, then it's legit. She took the color out, he was still there.
That's insane. All right.
Okay.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, before I leave, remind me.
Oh, you have it.
It's on my phone. We have heard booted footsteps going up and down the halls. It's pretty intense.
I like down here.
Come on in, Daddy.
Stand up.
Wow.
All right.
This is rad.
All right, guys. So, this side of the building, built in 1913. This side of the building, 1916. Okay? Famous inmates here. Anybody ever heard of Pretty Boy Floyd?
Of course.
How about James Earl Ray?
There are two, they're like naked men, very slim, just like hanging on, like acting sort of like monkeys.
Oh, okay.
Right around them. Yeah. Okay, they're yeah.
I kind of tuned out for a minute because just was,
it's bad.
Yep.
James Earl Ray? No? He actually used to work in our prison bakery in the day. He got his buddies to he actually escaped from MSP. He got his buddies to take the bread out because we'd send big wooden boxes of baked goods to all the satellite prisons. He took
No. That sounds like it was over there.
He took the baked goods out. He got in, they put the baked goods out, and out they drove through the Sallyport. It was almost a year to the day before he killed Dr. Martin Luther King
No.
in Tennessee a year later.
So someone who escaped from this prison went on to assassinate Martin Luther King?
Yes, I'll show you this.
Oh.
Come on. Come on in.
That's insane.
You can go in it.
Crazy.
Did you actually go in it?
Yeah, I did.
No, I think you just poked your head in.
No, I went in. I like, look.
I don't think that's accurate.
You can go in there.
Sick. I like that.
Dr. King in Tennessee. Almost a year to the day later.
Wow.
The second year I worked here, this is year number 8 for me. Second year I worked here,
Sorry.
where we're fixing to go is death row. Okay, I go down, I'm talking to 3 female guests, just chit-chatting away, and I get my back pocket yanked. Now, I don't mean like a little beep, I mean yanked. I was in tears, my guest was in tears, it about pulled me down, and I went to a guide, which was a guard here, his career back in the day, and I said, hey, I know all this paranormal stuff, but I got my back pocket yanked. What does that mean? He said, in the prison world, when you get your back pocket yanked, that means that you have been claimed.
Yeah.
I never wear pockets. Never.
Oh no!
We're going to go down to death row. This is where we typically on my tour call out that intelligent type haunting.
Oh, wow.
We have a picture, and I will show you the picture. We have a 7-foot shadow man down there. 7 foot, solid black shadow man, okay? He likes to play with you. He likes to play games with you. So sometimes when we're down there in the dark, we'll say, hey, can you pop your head out? You see this little black shadow go like this. Okay, come on down, I'll show you. These are just 2 mirrored sides, okay?
Yeah.
This side, it makes a horseshoe. This side.
That's not him that pops his head out there. He does not play their games. He does not play their games at all.
I was a little surprised.
Yeah, no.
So I agree.
No.
I can
Yeah.
buy that. Yeah.
Yeah. And the guard that was with her earlier is not with her now.
Okay. I never did pick up on him.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think he just stays in that whatever that
In that
area.
one area?
Maybe that was his area when he was.
It could
or
be.
something, I don't know.
Yeah.
Goes this way, this side goes this way. I always take my groups over here. I get the most activity over here. So come on down here. Again, do not mess with any doors.
This is nuts.
This is on death row. This is where we are. Do you see the shadow figure right there?
Yeah, it's like a blurry.
Okay. Do you see anything else in that picture?
That orb. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think that literally is a camera flash.
Okay.
Anything else?
There's something inside the cell?
Yes, there was nobody in that cell. It's like a leg
That's a
or...
leg.
Yeah, there's nobody in that
Oh,
cell.
yeah.
Where we see him a lot is right around that corner. So let me explain something. You see this old tile on the walls? That's old subway tiles like old elementary schools were made out of. It shines.
Yeah.
So right down there it shines.
They weren't even
Right down there it shines.
individually.
The floors shine.
Yes,
So when
yes.
we see shadows down here, they are darker than the dark. All right, guys, where we're fixing to go is the another layer below death row. It is the whole entire bottom. This is administration segregation. These would have been guys that would have been put down here that were off their meds. These would have been the inmates that would have been making little crowns out of their own feces.
Jesus.
That kind of inmate. Also, guys, a residual, what we do too, we know is at MSP, a residual can also be a smell. We have smelled brewed coffee in here before. No food. Baked apples, wet dog, poop. It's also this. It can be a smell as much as anything else too. Come on down. This down here.
Okay, I'm gonna stop
Yeah.
right there. The entities within this building, they get excited when they hear her because they know new people are coming. Yeah. Like they don't hurt her. She brings new people in. What?
Well, I was gonna say earlier, excuse me, she feels like she's being paid off by these, by the living entities.
Yeah.
Because she's,
They like her because she brings
Yeah.
in new people.
she brings in new energy that
Yes,
they can
yes, yes.
feed off of.
Yes. Now, if she were to, there is the thought in certain parts of the prison where it's really bad. If she were to stay for any amount of time, it doesn't matter who she is. They would.
No,
They would,
She would not be
yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah, but I really think too, I would love to hear from her because I think things have gone home with her. I don't feel them jumping her or attaching to her, but things have gone home with her on occasion. And she just kind of shoos them away and they go back. But I'd like to hear
Yeah.
from her some of that kind of stuff.
I bet
'cause
they
she's-
do.
Yeah.
And they might just go back to work with her.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd like to see, she's carrying water with her. She's smart.
Is a whole different entity. There's things down here I've seen I cannot explain. Now, I'm not going to use the D word because we don't have those here at MSP, but there's things down here that I cannot explain. I need one of you to go right in there, that cell right there. Don't shut doors.
No, can't shut it? Oh.
Okay, now, no shut doors down here.
Can I shut now?
No,
How about now?
No.
No.
No,
How about now?
not ever. So, you see where he's standing?
Now.
You have two doors. You have to remember, in the day, there was a wall in between these two doors. This where he was standing, that was his cell.
Oh.
I can smell that.
Oh, this was 2 cells?
This is, yes, this was two
Oh,
cells.
I see, okay. Not too bad.
I don't know if you're the type of group that provokes when you come. If you ever do, don't do it when we're in the buildings because These spirits are our co-workers, literally, and they trust us. They're good to us, we're good to them. We don't provoke them in any way, and we have to come back here night after night after night. When we have had groups that come and like on a Friday night and they provoke them, and when we come in the next night, they're pretty angry.
So, are you giving him permission to provoke once you're out of the building?
I think it's Friday night
That's
too.
your business.
It's Friday night, right? It's Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had a ghost group came in here. He put someone in that room and he just said, hey, I'm going to ask you 3 questions and just answer them honestly. And he's recording the whole time. So he asked, were you married? You know, 3 questions. 3rd question, he says, can you repeat the word peanut butter? Okay?
Weird.
So, yeah. So he stops the recording, plays it back, and he says, can you repeat the word peanut butter? And you hear across his recording, peanut butter. It was nuts.
Nice.
It was
Nice.
cool. It was cool.
That was a good pun. That was really nice.
No, seriously.
You said it was nuts.
Peanut butter.
I thought it was on purpose.
He's that guy. That's the guy.
A group of us came in here and we were recording. We had our K2, we had the spirit box, and we were on the other side of this area. We was right by those steps, and all the lights were off, and we start seeing this little flicker of light, and I was just like, what is that? And about that time, it was almost midnight. I had to go. I had an event the next day, and I said, sorry guys, but I'm going to have to go. We start seeing this flick of light. We turned on our lights, and this gate, which is very heavy, was just about that far from being shut. And the flicker of light that we were seeing was the light just flickering on this metal. I don't know how much you believe in mediums or not. We have a medium that comes here quite often, and he just says, don't go back there.
Don't go back where?
That's not my choice, but we're gonna
Don't go back where? Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's gnarly.
Okay, there's one. This was on a public tour, and they were just walking, and they just flipped around and took a picture, and this is the doorway.
Oh. Oh yeah.
There's a reason my heart clenches when I go down there. Ooh. You see it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the first picture, this is mother and daughter. Let me find the first one. The daughter is just taking selfies, and the mom looks behind her. Okay?
Okay.
And that's in the dungeon cell in Four House,
I don't even know.
where the sink. Okay? This starts coming up. Just
Huh.
watch.
Okay.
This is the last one.
Ooh.
And the mom could see it then in her selfie. She was just like, holy crap.
It's a big face right there in between their faces.
Oh, yeah.
This is it for me.
now we're going on our own, I guess.
You're going on your own. This is Alex. She will probably stay. Alex, do you know how to turn off these lights?
Yeah.
Okay, right up there. Okay, because Sheila said be sure and turn the lobby light off and that light when you leave. And good luck.
Thank you.
I felt
Did you
a
have
little bit
fun?
more
Yeah.
comfortable when
Yeah.
you
Thank
were
you.
around, I would say.
Alex, do you know how to
want me
unlock
around.
your gates?
I'm kind of the
You know how to
magnet.
unlock all the doors? Oh, see?
am.
That's a good thing. There you go, perfect.
Yeah. I'm the magnet.
Hold on. You mean this? So I was like,
Oh,
okay.
Huh?
What'd you
Yeah.
say?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Come back. Come back for a longer, just a hunt sometime when it's warmer.
Wait, where are we going for? Wait.
Oh, this was the work. Should we start here, go down a level, or what?
It's a little bit warmer, so.
This was Death Row. This was
This was like
Psychosis
crazy
Row,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe let's start in Death Row.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what sounds safe. Yeah.
Yeah, they make good music.
Yeah.
this is a section we're not supposed to instigate, but she said don't do it while they're in the building. They're not in the building, and it's Friday night.
Kind of gave you permission to instigate.
Definitely gave me permission.
That's not what
We're
happened.
coming down, bitches!
Oh, that's not what happened at all.
Come here, little prison bitches!
Here I come!
I'm gonna pull your pockets.
Oh yeah, we're gonna investigate tonight, boys.
You are like this.
Yes! Someone else I can do weird voices.
Yeah, but that's scarier than what we're even gonna try to investigate.
I can do a pretty good Joker laugh.
You do Joker laugh?
Go ahead, do it. Do a Joker laugh.
I get loud, so.
Oh my god. Wait, let's go down there and listen to that.
Something. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna clear my energy real quick. Just building up a little bit. All right.
It's gross.
It's really gross.
It is.
Yeah, if we were
just
actually
awful.
there, we would be clearing our energy every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then probably clear each other's too,
Yeah.
in between.
Yeah. This is
Yeah. Okay.
awful.
Awful.
Awful, awful.
Okay, we have 10-ish, 9-ish minutes
Okay.
left.
It's gonna sound so fucking. He's gonna stay there by himself.
Yeah, you mother.
Dude, I would cry.
Yo, one hide and clap, we're gonna hide and clap. Alright, so we talked about in the car that apparently you like the hide and clap stuff.
It's interesting, so yeah.
Okay. So
It's a different thing to watch than do it though.
That's why I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna give you the honor then of being blindfolded by yourself down here. Okay?
Wow.
When you say it like that, maybe, you know,
In 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, completely blindfolded, can't see anything, gotta trust that we're not gonna leave you down here.
I've seen your videos before. So.
It would be kind of weird if you won the contest and hadn't.
It kind of freaks
I'm
me out.
not gonna leave you down here, I promise. I won't close the door.
5 minutes on the clock. It's like the thing from the Conjuring movie, except we made it into real life. You have to ask her to clap 3 times to find us all. If you don't find us all, you walk home.
He was blindfolded the whole entire time you said that too.
Alright, I changed my mind. I don't want to walk home.
It's only 8.8 miles to the hotel.
Yeah, we're good.
Welcome to Chili's.
If there's anyone here, please make a noise that sounds like this.
Are you doing this on purpose?
Doing what on purpose?
Because this is the area we weren't supposed to come to?
Yep.
And now we're goofing off? Oh, This is what Elton does. This is what he does.
Is it weird that you guys are all just sort of on your own, starting to act a little crazy?
But what do you mean?
And we're in the only psych ward area?
Line in between.
So you guys just randomly decided to go down the hallway when no one asked you?
Is this the psych ward area?
Sorry. So I don't know the names. The guy right here with the red hoodie, and then the one, if you're facing him, like we are, we're watching him, he's on the left, and the one on the right, that's kind of right here by himself. So you have the red, there's someone standing between them. A few feet back, but
A little bit
standing
back.
about right there.
30 seconds, go hide.
Alright.
Sorry, but this is nervous laughter. Just FYI. You can feel their energy that every one of them
Absolutely.
is scared. Yeah, and it's just and they're just nervously laughing to try to keep themselves from wetting themselves or taking off running or looking bad to the other people that are there. So they're all kind of joining in and laughing, etc. Those aren't. That's
Not real laughter.
no.
They are attempting to keep their vibration higher.
Yes, they are, which is always a good thing.
And it does help.
It does help.
Even if it's nervous laughter,
Yes.
it does help. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
Tension
right.
level there is
Yeah, boy.
right up there.
Yes. All right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Let me get the first clap. Second clap. Wrong cell. I feel like there's someone here, but
Shake the door really hard.
you're making me laugh. This isn't fair. There's someone right here. I just don't know where. Alright, I'm forgetting you right now.
So is this just a game they play while they're out?
It must be. I think I'm gonna stop it here because it feels so disrespectful to me.
I am fine with
and-
stopping.
Okay.
Yeah, this part made absolutely no sense.
No. So I realize they're young boys. They're trying to whatever they're trying to do. So I give them slack because of their age and all of that. But to me, it's very disrespectful for the resident spirits there. Yeah. So anyway,
Whoo-wee.
yes,
That was
yeah.
intense.
Holy cow. And sorry if I don't know how we'll get this edited, but there was it cut out a few times during there, and so I'm sure you'll see some blips and whatever. Once we stop recording, that's it. Then we just go into editing. So I wanted to say that now because I'm not going to come back later and add that. But it's taken a long time to get this done because that energy was just crazy down there. Yeah. So if you have questions, drop them below as you always do, and you're always so thoughtful with your questions and your comments. And thank you for requesting this video.
This thing.
Yes. Please subscribe, like, and
share it with your friends, and
and we appreciate everyone, not just your you don't just comment, you email us with stories, and you want sessions with us, which is amazing. We've got to know,
amazing.
We've got to meet quite a few of you
around the world.
Yes, and you're all amazing, and we are so grateful for the time that we've spent with you, and that you
it's an honor.
I don't even know what to say. Thank you so much.
And we love hearing your stories.
Yes,
we really do.
Yeah, we do. So thank you, and we will see you next time.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.